It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills under the lights on Monday night.
From the home of the Bills since way back in 1973, there's a look at Highmark Stadium just outside of Buffalo, New York. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
And we are underway in Buffalo. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And in this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. But there aren't too many guys who can do both. And at the end of many games, this guy leads his team not just in passing, but in rushing as well.
Coleman, the man in motion right. Into the air right away is Allen. He's got his man. That's the rookie from Florida State. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
From the 33, here's a 2nd and 5. Allen now looks to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook, 67 yards. And the Bills go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Extra point by pass, and it makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Marcus Jones now to return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
2nd and 7. Looking to throw. May. He's got Hooper on the short connection. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Again, it's Henderson. And he works free. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 43. To the air, May sliding out of the pocket. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Here's 2nd and 3. Throwing here is May. Dancing to his left. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
On the counter, it's Henderson. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's May. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the shotgun, May with it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll throw with May. Being chased out left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Drake May taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Patriots respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. These two teams all tied after one. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football, as they've got it as we resume action. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Allen going to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Here's a diving catch right side. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
To me, there's nothing like watching rookie effort in the NFL. So excited to be there. They're going to give you the max on each and every play, aren't they?
Well, he proved himself on that catch, that's for sure.
I think he may have proved himself to the point where he's going to get a second here.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Again, it's Cook. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Here's Allen. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Patriots' defense is going to take over on downs. The D brought the house, they called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz, and in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback, no chance on that 4th down.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. Here's May. Short pass caught by Henry. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. To throw, it's May. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Douglas, the man in motion. From the gun, it's May. Short pass caught by Henry. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one good for 13 and a New England 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
To the right side, this is Henderson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Second and 5. And that is incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll try and throw for it with May. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
They'll look to throw again. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They go play action now. May. Pass complete. On the crossing route, this is Hooper. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And he missed it. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
Boy, Brandon, a missed opportunity there at the end of this first half. You'd love to give your guys a lead going into the break, but this effort doesn't find the mark, and that's going to keep things all square.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he coughed it up. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Pick made by Terrell Bernard. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. That time defensively looked like they shoved quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
From the 38 now, here's a 2nd down and 9. Throwing now is Allen. It's complete to Cook. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Allen. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Christian Barmore getting in there to drop him.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Throwing the out route and complete. That's Coleman. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Allen from the gun on third down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Fine work by the Patriot D there, and it's 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills have taken the lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Looking to throw. May. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Up the middle, here's Henderson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 8. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. This is 2nd and 8. To the air, May. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Finally held down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. If they get nothing else here on 3rd down, it'd be a 53-yard attempt from this spot. Throwing here is May. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, no, he lost the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step it. And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have...
So the challenge there not successful, and now they'll be left with only 1 timeout. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim 4th quarter lead, but whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Cook again. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Gonzalez. And the Pats are right back in this football game. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
So the Patriots coming out now. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. The drive starts with a carry by Stevenson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's May. Quick completion to Henry. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Here's 2nd and a yard. This is Henderson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Just the one timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Stevenson. He will push his way down to about the 14. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Flush to his right. This is caught. And the Patriots are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Here we go, 1st and goal. Stevenson is into the end zone. Touchdown, New England. What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead, and also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Allen and the Bills now. Down 14-10, 25 seconds remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Now Allen. That's taken in by Knox. Now the Bills are going to use the 1st of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Here's Allen. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, this offense still has the 1 timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Allen. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. This one came right down to the wire, and CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because While they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Buffalo.